Well, greetings everyone, and Merry Christmas once again from Wesley Biblical Seminary. A few years ago, I visited the State Tretyakov Art Gallery in Moscow, Russia. On display were hundreds, actually I'd say probably thousands, of works of wonderful Russian artists. The Russian Orthodox icons exhibit was, of course, one of my favorites. The problem with the icons, however, when you go through that wonderful exhibit, is that they never feature the artist's signature. In all the other galleries, you have the wonderful piece of art and the artist's signature at the bottom. But this isn't so with the icons. This was frustrating. It's frustrating because knowing the artist helps us to get insight into the personal complexities behind what makes their art unique. Now, there's a whole theology as to why those who paint the icons don't sign their names, and it makes sense. But nonetheless, the point stands. The art is an extension of the artist's imagination. An imagination that is a result of the artist's unique human experience in real time and, of course, in real space. In a sense, art is an extension of that person themselves. And this, I would suggest to you, is what Christmas is all about. Christmas starts in the beginning with the story of the creation. God, as the masterful artist, first forms and then fills the creation over the course of 6 days. And then, of course, resting on the seventh. And at the very end of the creation project, on day 6, God puts his signature on the creation by creating humanity. Humanity as the culminating piece of God's artwork. It is the culminating piece of God's artwork. That is, the natural world testifies to the creation who the Creator is. So when people look around and say, who made all of this? We're able to say, take a look at the human beings and you'll get a good idea of what the Creator looks like. We're image bearers. However, tragically, because of sin in the world, when we look at humanity, we get a very wrong idea about who God is. Humans are not like God, the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit anymore because of sin. God is just, God is faithful, loving, and self-giving. People are vengeful, treacherous, hateful, and selfish. Instead of projecting the goodness of the Creator into the creation, they project brokenness, corruption, decay, and death. And in the birth of Jesus, God's signature on the creation is restored. In Jesus, as the true Adam, the true image bearer, God himself took on the flesh of humanity so that people can see what he really looks like. Jesus says this, anyone who has seen me has seen the Father, in John 14:9. Jesus is God's signature piece. Of all the things that the creation comes in contact with, Jesus is the one who best portrays the image of God. He is the imprint, the exact imprint of God himself as the divine Son. This, of course, is because Jesus is God, the second person of the Trinity, the divine Son. If you want to know what God looks at, the bottom line is, look at Jesus. At Christmas, then, we celebrate the fact that the veil is lifted and we're able to see once again, as he takes on flesh and dwells among us, what God looks like. So would you with me look to Jesus as an image of who God is and his presence with us this Christmas?